My paper is on the impact of carbohydrate intake on performance of endurance exercise. The thesis of my paper is the rising amounts of research on adult athletes reveal a strong pattern. This pattern is that carbohydrate intake before and during long-duration aerobic exercise is essential to enhancing endurance performance in terms of resisting fatigue and increasing pace. The beginning of my paper focuses on the carbohydrates in our body and how they are digested, absorbed, and used. I break it down into different types of carbohydrates and, most importantly, glucose, which is the most prevalent energy source for our body and tissues. I also go into the recommendations that the AMDR has and the USDA have about how it's 45 to 65% of our daily calories and some other great recommendations that just everyday people should work on for their general health, including athletes. I then go into aerobic activity and its definition. Aerobic activity is an activity in which the body's large muscles move in a rhythmic manner for a sustained period of time that improves cardiorespiratory fitness. First, for the studies is a compilation of 20 studies analyzed from 1979 to 2009. This focuses on pre-exercise carbohydrate consumption on runners and cyclists and shows that 15 out of the 20 studies show that performance and exercise capacity increase with pre-exercise carbohydrate feedings occurring 45 to 180 minutes before exercise. A second pre-exercise carbohydrate consumption study is on London marathoners in 2009. It showed that the runners who consumed 7 grams per kilogram per body mass of carbohydrates the day before the race had an overall significantly higher race speed and were able to maintain their speed throughout the race. Exercise is also affected with carbohydrate consumption during the exercise. So there are studies that found that 22 grams of carbohydrates ingested every 60 minutes of exercise enhanced performance up to about 14% compared to the placebo of just water. This researcher gives some recommendations about carbohydrate consumption from exercise lasting 30 to 75 minutes to upwards of 2.5 hours. The type of carbohydrate consumption is also important when looking at its effects on performance. The conclusions for most studies show that composite ingestion, so polysaccharides and glucose mixed with fructose, are more effective at enhancing performance. More research is needed for future effects on performance, and that can be with carbohydrates, interaction with other substances, or the type of endurance, and especially the gender.